Alrighty, everybody, welcome to CEAL's 2020 2v2 Finals, brought to you by Ansem571. I will be hosting this final set, best of 3, between the teams of Idocles and Sweet Fiend versus Blue Sox Eclipse. I do not know much about the team composition that they're doing, but we do have some bands here in Samira Draven Pantheon, and Swain, Jin, and Lucian. So, 6 bottom lane champions, 5 of which are carries, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Do I know anything about either of these comps? No, but we're going to see what on earth it will be. We just gotta wait for everybody to get in there. And of course, as we see in the champion select, they fucked up and made it a non-blind pick. Alright, so we're already off onto a roaring start. So we are going to have to get a new lobby set up. I would like to congratulate Idocles for the one who made this atrocity of a start. This is nothing but a shit cast, as I do not know anything about the compositions that they will be building, but I do know Eclipse and Idocles, as they have been around the community for a long time now. We automatically already have the lock-in from Sweet Fiend. We got the Zyra, we got the Nautilus, we got a Nico for Idocles now on the blue side. Now we're just waiting for what Eclipse as an 80 carry is going to pick, and that will be Tristana Nautilus, a pretty conventional bottom lane, something that we've seen actually in the last season of the 2v2s. But now we have a Nico and a Zyra, which will be exciting to watch. We're going to be getting underway in just a few moments, so don't go anywhere, everybody. We will be back in just 3 minutes. We are going to be seeing probably the most intense 2v2 tournament finals that we have ever had yet. I would love to see that this goes to game 3, but at the same time, I would like to go to sleep as it is already 11 p.m. Yes, it is 11 p.m. here, 10:52 to be exact, on the East Coast. We are here Monday, 12/7/2020. Thank God it is almost over. I don't know about everybody else, but I am feeling exhausted from 2020. I'm just ready to begin the new year. New year, new me. No, don't do that. That is a horrible thing to say. New year, new me now. That's how we got into this mess in the first place. We're not doing that anymore, anybody. But about the match here. So I do like the Nico and Zyra into the Nautilus, just because it actually blocks his hooks, which are going to be very important for him to be able to land onto either of them. Because if he lands it onto either of them, I'm going to assume that the Tristana takes Halo Blades, and that should be almost an immediate kill onto whoever Nautilus hooks, if he does in fact land the hook. It doesn't matter if they flash away, because the damage will have already been there. Now, in the rules of 2v2, is first tower, 100 CS, or I apologize. Or the first to an ace, meaning that both players on one side are dead at the same time. We have had an instance in the 1v1 tournament where both players died at the exact same time. We had to go frame by frame to determine who was the winner of that round. Hopefully that this does not happen here, as it is less likely, seeing as it is a 2v2. So you may see at times where if one person dies, the other person just hurries back under the tower and beyond, because it's like, oh, well, if I die, then it's over, it's done. I have nothing left to provide. It's over. I might as well forfeit. But it's okay. Because there's always round 2. But this is only going to be 3 rounds of the best of 2. Or 3 rounds of the 2v2 finals. Alright, Tristana Nautilus versus Nico and Zyra. I do put it onto the Tristana Nautilus if they actually get a good hook with the Nautilus. If not, Zyra and Nico will definitely be able to make it a very punishing laning phase for them. As we're getting underway, we're going to go ahead and transition in. So, let us know, everybody, who do you think is going to win? Oh no. That is horrible. Hopefully that's just in-game client, because that is definitely not good. I apologize, folks. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. That is very odd. Very odd indeed. We're going to go ahead and transition back into the game, everybody. Who do you think is going to win? Idocles or Eclipse? I do not remember their partners. And we are out. Alright, nobody has gotten any CS yet, so we may have just missed some dance moves, but that is okay, because that means that we have not missed any of the action. We are here for these 2v2 finals. We do have a bit of a CS lead for this Tristana. We do see that both teams do have one that is designated as the support to get relic stacks. The other one has been designated as the carry. Zyra has been designated as the carry, and likewise the Tristana has been as well. We're going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to go into the fight. We do see it going in to get the Nico, but the Nico does not fall, and she will survive. Now Zyra is returning the damage onto them, and the Nautilus is taking a beating as well, so now the Nico is going to be chugging those health pots, and Tristana is going to have to try to sustain back up. We don't know who's going to get a better setup from here, but we can only hope that it's better than where it currently is for the red side. and Nautilus's hook whiffs wide, and actually, Sweet Fiend does get a bit of damage onto the Nautilus as retribution. Nico tries to get a snare, but misses. And now Nautilus is flashing straight onto the Zyra. Zyra does flash, but does get hit back up into it. And does go down for the first blood. Now the Nico's going to try to run away with the Tristana, trying to make sure that she doesn't get a comeback. And with that, that'll be a 1-0 lead so far for the red side. They have not won the round just yet, but they will take up a tremendous amount of gold advantage. Seeing as they have about an 800 gold advantage over their opponents, it's a pretty decent amount. Tristana got the bulk of it, meaning that she's ahead of both of them by about 500 to 600. Now, the other problem that I see here in this matchup is that because Nico decided to push the wave out instead of just letting it freeze right where it was, now they have desynced experiences. So they're not going to be able to accurately even guess when the level 6 power spike will come in. Ooh, but they do try to do the cheekiness, and now the Tristana actually took an electrocute. Oh, and the snare for the Zyra. The Zyra's actually got a nice snare onto both of them, and now Nautilus is looking to be going down. He doesn't have his flash, and Tristana does not have her heal, but they do go in with the hook, and now the Tristana does try to get some damage back, and does actually kill the Nico, and now Nautilus is trying to escape barely with his health bar at, like, say, about 100 HP, and is trying to bait this Zyra. Now both their partners are alive, so if they were to die here, then it would not be the end just yet. CS lead is still in favor with the Tristana, 28 to the Zyra's current 22. Zyra does stop the Nautilus from backing, and that will be even worse for them. The Tristana actually did do something really smart and went for a Hex Drinker. That is going to save her next time. Now both the Nautilus and the Zyra did go back. The Nautilus went more defensive. The Zyra went more offensive, as you would expect from the carries from the Zyra. And the Nautilus going with the Merc trends. Actually, I do agree with that. That's fine. It allows him to not be rooted as long. Ooh, the hook does land on the Zyra. The Tristana immediately bounces. And that is another kill down on the Zyra, with a 3-1 to the Tristana now. Tristana now gets to finally do some damage. Oh, she does actually end up taking aggro, and that is going to cost them time. Now Nautilus throws his hook out, but misses, and lands onto the minions. They thought maybe that they could try to end it here, but it is not a wise option. Oh, but they're trying to go in. They're actually going in. Oh no! Ooh! And Nautilus does go down to the tower and the ignite. Now the Tristana has to flee like a coward, as she can pretty much die at this value, and that would have been it. But she does last long enough, and now Nautilus is back alive. We got a nail biter of a game, folks. This one could go the distance. We do have the Nico and the Zyra hitting up at 33 plus minions now. with the Tristana still having a pretty sizable gap and over a full minion wave. Both of the sides do end up backing off and getting some good resets. The Nico picked up a stopwatch. That's going to come in handy, probably. The Tristana does get a Berserker Greaves, so she can actually attack. They still do have a gold advantage lead of roughly about 1,000 gold, which is still humongous. But now they're kind of at this point where Zyra and Nico can kind of just wave clear and get to that CS mark. But Tristana is up, and they're actually just going straight in for it. Oh no, Nico does get a nice ultimate onto her, and they do not stop it. Now Tristana is trying to survive with the help of that Hex Drinker, and Nautilus is taking a beating as well. Does get rooted up by the Zyra. The Zyra will not continue to pursue them, and with that, it'll be a trade of a flash heal from the red side and a flash heal from the blue side. Difference being, though, a pretty big ultimate from Idocles being down, and the Nautilus and Tristana still both have theirs. So they still have the burst to be able to win this. They do get the hook onto the Zyra, and they do try to go for the all-in. They do take down the Zyra, but now it's just on... Oh no, now the Zyra is going to try to return fire with the plants after death, and now Nico's trying to find out where did this Tristana go. That almost was the round right there. Tristana barely limping away. And with that, we do now see a little bit of a fight coming back for them. Tristana did pick up that kill, but the biggest thing is that they are finally able to fight even in those horrible conditions. So it is looking up for the blue side. They still have a hill to climb, as the Tristana is almost at the CS win condition. Only 39 CS left. They cannot win by the CS condition, as Nico and Zyra have less than 50. Oh, it is combined CS win condition. Oh no! That means that they're only 3 CS behind. Meaning they need just 3 CS to win. That is incredible. They're going to win just off of the pure CS numbers. Just a few more to go. Now Nautilus is ending up having to tank to make sure that they don't get it. They are 1, and that is it! The CS numbers have happened, and they are gone. Zyra and Nico have hit the combined CS total. And that will be it for round 1. Understandably so. I thought it was 100 CS for one individual, not for total. That completely changes the game. I think then that both teams, instead of just having one Relic Shield champion, to have 2. But with that, we are going into the game 2. So with that, that'll be a round 1 win for Eclipse and for the blue guys last game. Now we do have a bit of a different kind of a lane going here. We got Idocles on a Heimerdinger, Morgana on for Sweet Fiend, Jace for Eclipse, and Blue Sox rocking the bear We don't know if they will be locked in quite yet. Now, Iocles and Blue Sox are still contemplating. We do have a lock-in for the Eclipse and the Sweet Fiend. It's only a matter of time before we determine what is this going to be. Iocles hovering the Heimerdinger all the way to the very end like a bee. And now we must wait. The inevitably long pause. All the way to the end. But we have a very similar lane with the Iocles and Sweet Fiend going with the Double Mage versus Eclipse Blue Sox. Now, I do like the idea that they had before in Game 1 with the Tristana Nautilus, but I did not realize that the condition wasn't 100 CS for one player, it was for combined. Therefore, I am liking the mages. This is going to be a very drawn-out fight. So it'll be on the Jace and the Volibear to pressure and get in on there. But one of them, I would love to see a tech where, say, Volibear actually takes Smite. So that way they can smite the Heimerdinger Tower. And that would be epic to see. I hope that one of them takes Smite in the hopes that that's what that's actually used for. It's also pretty decent to be used just for early game, just to smite down cannons, get your levels faster, guarantee you have the pushing power. But that is all hypothetical. We will have to wait and see in just over a minute what that choice will be for the blue side. We do have it that they both swap sides, so we are going to have to see a few changes for positioning, specifically by how the Jace angles his rockets, shock blasts, and Heimerdinger. I want to see if he does the crossed over, so. For those of you who don't know, Heimerdinger, an NA based Heimerdinger main. He actually, back in I think 2018, coached a few of the LCS bottom laners that started to have to learn Heimerdinger. It was a weird time for everybody. Okay, there was Master Yi Tarek in pro play. There was Karthus Nunu. We had crazy shit in 2018. Okay, Riot screwed up on one patch, perfect in company otherwise. And it meant that 80 carries were so inefficient that it was better to play Heimerdinger than to play an 80 carry. Doesn't matter what 80 carry it was better. But that is the past 2 years ago now, almost 3. Oh crap. God, time flies. And by the way, CEAL has been operating since late March of 2019. So we are almost at 2 full years going into the new year. And I just think that's hot. We are going to go ahead and transition into the game. Get everybody ready. Hype! And with that, we are in. We do actually see that wait. Okay, so we have double Comet TP Flash for the red guys. And then for the blue guys, we got no smite, but a heal and an ignite with a press the attack Volibear. And I know his W does proc on hit effects if I were to look it up real quick. Marking them, this ability applies on hit effects. So, he can proc it. That doesn't mean he should be able to proc it. Because the Q is basically an auto attack. The W is an auto attack. The ultimate is going to be interesting to see. Because you're going to be diving into both a Morgana and a Heimerdinger. That's got to be rough, man. And we actually do see that they took my advice for the red guys. They did take double Relic Shield. And this is just going to be disastrous. We already have a significant CS lead. 3-5. That is going to be huge. We do see that the Heimerdinger towers do in fact count, but can they actually get the proper last hits onto them? And that is going to be what we're going to have to wait and see, because currently it is a 6-14 lead. They're going in, and the binding immediately. That was so perfect, and they're trying to just go all in onto the Heimerdinger, and they do end up getting it, with still having the flash left for the Jace. The Jace will be able to dodge it thanks to the Volibear's thick skin. The Heimerdinger will teleport back in, and they're going to try to reset this wave, but the Heimerdinger is angry, and he's going to make sure that they know he is not a happy camper. We do have a reset here happening with a 14-20 plus CS differential. I'm sorry, for the fans at home, I was expecting to cast, hype from both sides, looking to scrap. And then we get two lanes that are just, I'm going to farm. No, even if they win this game, I will not be happy with the red guys. I'm sorry, but caster bias is showing up, because this is so unfun to have to not only watch, play against, but also to cast. Nobody wants to just watch a farm fest. Nobody wants to cast that. We want to see brawls. We want to see them scrapping. Currently the lead has grown. Now it is almost a 40 CS to 21. This is an outright clinic in the CS department. There is nothing that they're going to be able to do to catch up this difference. The Volibear does get his shield off to ward off some of the damage that he took from charging at them, but unfortunately what's done is done. It is a 46 to 28 CS differential now. Volibear's trying to get cheeky with his engagements. He doesn't actually get anything off, and they're going to just black shield the stun from the Volibear and walk away. Unfortunate for the blue guys. It is a hard-fought loss, and unfortunately there's almost nothing they can do about this, because Articles and Sweet Fiend are a-holes. Yes, I said it. They are a-holes for doing this in a finals match. How dare they? This is supposed to be where the most hype is, and they are doing it because they just want to win. How boring. Yo, if I was their mama, I would slap the boring out of them. This is just no fun. Eclipse and Blue Sox. Blue Sox is trying to be creative with him getting his stun off, but the fact that Morgana has a binding that snares them for 500 years. And then Heimerdinger can throw his stun on top of that. Plus, the Black Shield nullifies their entire idea of even going in. It's just not even. It's just not fun. We do have a 65 CS gap now. 65 to 46. We are now at 70 to 51. It's only a matter of time. Sweet Fiend and Idocles, I hope that you change your ways, because there's no possible way that you one, throw this, two, that you do this in your CEAL games, because this is not how you win CEAL games. This is just how you just be boring. Boring. I'm looking at the CS differentials now. It is, if I calculate it, 81 to 60. That is insurmountable. So this is actually a mistake from Eclipse, that he should be trying to kill the turrets before the Heimerdinger gets back, but it's too little, too late. We have it at 88 CS. Blue Sox has even disconnected. It's over. Eclipse is not even leaving base either. They're just disgusted with them. And I wouldn't blame them. I accept that. They even leave. 98, just a formality, just 2 more CS. Sweet Fiend, I am reporting you to the highest authority in the land. And with that, we have officially crowned our new 2v2 champion. And I am disgusted with them. That was funny. But that is the end of this game. I am sorry, folks. I would have preferred a much more hype finals. But with that, we do have our winners in Sweet Fiend and oh my god, I'm blanking. Sweet Fiend and Idocles. Oh my god. It is past 11 o'clock. I am tired. But you know what else I'm tired of? I'm tired of this stupid stuff that people do like that. So, congratulations to Sweet Fiend and Idocles. I am apologize for the other guys. That'll be all for this cast. I am going to sleep. I feel dirty just having to cast that. How dare you?